Hi Gemini, welcome to your weekly love messages. These will be from the 9th until the 13th of November. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down in the comment section below. Also, these are general love readings, so they're not going to resonate with every single person every single week. If it's not resonating with you this week, that's okay. Hit that notification button if you haven't already, and then go and check out one of the other tarot readers here on YouTube. If you feel like you need a personal reading, you can reach out to me using all the details in the description box below, which are all there. Today we are going to look at your love situation, your feelings, your person's feelings. We'll look at a possible outcome, advice, romance angel, and then we're going to finish on a 3-card pick a card. So if you're finding that the message isn't resonating with you, you can skip ahead to that 3-card pick a card. Hopefully it gets time-stamped, and ask your question. Your question doesn't need to be in relation to the reading. Let's get started. Love messages, please, for Gemini. Gemini love messages, 9th to the 13th of November 2020. What love messages do we have for Gemini? Oh, Gemini, the cards are hot and ready to go already. Good. I like it. Look at this. Judgment. Beautiful. Decisions. That's what I always hear when that comes out. I'm like, hallelujah. It's a bit weird. But we all know I'm a bit weird, so, you know, oh, wow, look at this. King of Wands, action, decisions. I love it. Very action-orientated. Brilliant. Oh, King of Swords, okay. 2 kings. Now, don't get hung up on the genders. I read the gender as they are on the card, but it could represent either gender. Oh, wow, this is really amazing. So we've got a King of Wands and a King of Swords. So someone who really wants to get things started, and someone who might be a little bit more cautious or a little bit more logical about progressing things. Either way, it's a 9 of Cups. It's wish fulfillment. Things are great. Now, this is where it tends to go, there we go. Oh, no, it's saying you've got nothing to worry about. I love it. Okay, this is good. So this could just be a bit of an encouraging reading. It looks really good. Let's go down the line for each of the kings. Tell me about the King of Swords first, please. King of Swords. Tell us about this King of Swords. Oh, look at this cup. So that's telling me that even though this King of Swords is a very sensible, logical-minded person, they have a lot of love for you. Their cup is full. Ace of Cups. One more, please. Actually, we'll take 2 more. So another one for the King of Swords, please. Okay. They may be a bit of a workaholic, overworking with this 8 of Pentacles. So you might feel a little bit neglected, but they absolutely have so much love for you. This Ace of Cups. It's a giant Ace of Cup. Ace of Cup. All right, so there's a little bit of instability in their life at the moment with this Knight of Wands, or previously they've been a bit, in and out, in and out, in and out. You may feel like because they're working, focused on work, and they're a little bit in and out, that's because of you. But Spirit is confirming, no, this Ace of Cups is an Ace of Cups. Like, this is the love they have for you. They've got other crap happening. Let's go down the King of Wands. That now also remember, this may be you. This is a general, so they can go in reverse. This may be you at the moment. You might be unstable because of work stuff. You might be having to focus on your work, but you still have a lot of love for this other person. Let's go with the King of Wands, please. Tell me about the King of Wands. This King of Wands just wants to get things moving. He's like, okay, let's go. Let's do it. So you may be facing a decision where but he's defensive. Why is he defensive? You may be facing a decision where the 2 of you kind of have a bit of competing priorities here. But what I'm seeing is ultimately you both are 9 of Cups. This is coming through strongly for both of you, and it's backed up by this 9 of Swords saying nothing to worry about here. Okay, give me another one for the King of Wands, please. This King of Wands, while he wants to move things forward, he's actually a little bit cautious, a little bit defensive, ready for a stable connection, Feels very grounded at the moment by this person, and maybe that's the difference why there's some conflicting priorities in this decision making, which we're going to clarify in a minute. But it looks to me one of you is very grounded and settled, and the other one is just suffering a little bit of disruption at the moment. One more, please, for the King of Wands. Yeah. You really are keen to communicate how you're feeling, though. You've got an ace and an ace. You know, you've got the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups. Really amazing. Like, this is about having a new start or new cycle beginning in this connection. My neighbours have just started their gardening, so apologies if you have to hear that. But yeah, it's telling me that while there are differences, you're both on the same page, which is great. All right, let's get to this judgment. What is this decision that we're looking at, please? Judgment, decision. What's the decision? Tell us about the decision. Okay, so this is about moving things forward, and they are going quite slowly. Things are moving slowly, and maybe that's the difference here. We've got a King of Wands who wants to move forward a little bit quicker because he feels grounded. Even though he's cautious, he wants to take the next step. We've got a King of Swords who is a little bit more logical, may want to take things slower, not necessarily, but may want to just be like, yeah, I'm a little bit unsettled at the moment. I can't give this any attention. One more, please, for judgment. Okay, that's interesting. So it's like, do we move things forward or do we keep things where they are? Do we keep still? Do we just sit and wait? This is a waiting card. So interesting. Let's see what we've got here. I'm going to clarify the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Swords in reverse as one. So clarify those two nines as they appear, please. Yeah, okay, so it's very clear, the communication's clear, there's no confusion or anything like that. One more, please. Yeah, I think you are going to, there might be a money issue where you may, you either need to let go of any worries about this, or you may have to accept that you need to let go of any concerns around money. You may need to spend some more. You might be worried about that, but it's going to be worth it in the long run. Thoughts and feelings, please, for Gemini. Yeah, you're happy. You're as happy can be with that Three of Cups. Oh, okay, but the Lovers. You're happy, but it's almost like the connection isn't, it's just not quite as strong as it normally is. Give me another for the Lovers, please. Why is that Lovers there? Are you concerned that the connection, maybe because of this instability and this person's hesitation, you may be worried that that's because of Lovers reverse, like it's because the connection, the energy in the connection is not as great, but I'm not seeing that. One more, please. Yeah, it's because of, there's a misunderstanding in the communication here. Bzz, wrong. Failure to communicate. So with the Page of Wands, you may be cautious about speaking up about your side of things or your concerns. That's what's going on in your head. Okay. Thoughts and feelings on the other person, please. Okay. Okay. So they, I'm going to take one more, please, just to balance it out for my OCD. All right. So, look, they want this at all costs. They probably feel like they hold a few more of the swords or the cards than you. And they kind of like that a little bit, to be honest. They are They can be a little bit controlling, to be honest. But in saying that, I think that that's actually because they're trying to control things to avoid getting hurt again. There's been hurt in the past, and they are feeling a little bit vulnerable in this situation. You do make them feel a little bit vulnerable. So that could be why they're trying to control what happens, when it happens, again, with this sword. I do feel like with most of you, this King of Swords is the other person. It doesn't have to be, but it certainly ties in with their other feelings as well. Let's see what we've got for most likely outcome this week. So most likely outcome for Gemini this week, please. Oops, okay. Yeah, so this is about, this is going to affect your living arrangements potentially, or stuff in the household. But just more generally, your environment. Now, I always say 10 of Cups, you know, there it is. Yeah, this King of Swords he is the one controlling the speed and what's happening at this point with the 10 of Cups and the King of Swords. So I always say with the 10 of Cups, of all the happy cards in reverse, this one is great because even when it's in reverse, it's still amazing. So things are still great. It's just... there's concern. I feel like this is in relation to property, maybe moving in together. So yeah, I think it's just a pause, like it's a stutter, a hesitation, and it's got you worried. All right, 2 more, please. Now, Gemini, keeping in mind you guys are a sword card, so that King of Swords could well be you. It can go in reverse, but I'm just saying I feel like that's what's happening. 1 more, please. Most likely outcome. Yeah. So it does have you confused, the fact that this person is kind of like trying to control things a little bit. But it's certainly, you know, it just means that things are moving a little bit slower. It's taking a little bit of time to transform. It's not an ending. It's just a slowdown, as it were, which is interesting. All right, let's go into advice. What advice do we have for Gemini, please? What advice is there for Gemini in this situation for this week? Five of Swords showing up, repeating energies. Okay, so when this, repeating energies again, when this person, if this person is becoming quite directive, controlling, trying to restrict or fast forward the speed, or, you know, be the driver too much, and you don't feel like it's an equal partnership, you need to be addressing that, because that is how you're going to get the 10 of Cups, is through this communication. Your communication up here is blocked, and without communicating clearly how you feel, you're allowing that person to keep you in 10 of Cups with them. If you want to change that, you need to actually address this concern, which is showing up. Another 2, please. Yeah, there we go. Communication again. With the Ace of Swords. It doesn't need to be sharp communication. You don't need to... Well, I'll take 1 more. You don't need to stab them with your steely knife. It's not Hotel California. Okay. So it's like, do I speak to them? Do I withhold communication, or will it overwhelm them? So you're trying to balance the needs of this person too much instead of focusing also on your needs. I don't think you're going to overwhelm them. It depends on how you do it. So I think if you're communicating clearly and going, hey, just so you know, these are the things that are on my mind at the moment. I'll give you some time to think about that, and you let me know when you're ready to talk about it. That's not overwhelming. It's not overbearing. It's not controlling. But it also allows you an opportunity to put your swords out and say, this is what's on the table for me. Unblock your wand, and then you can maybe fix some of this stuff. Because their communication is likely to be blocked as well. But this balancing act between, do I overwhelm them, or do I speak my truth? You know, you can't, or do I withhold the truth? You can't, that's not going to work for you, okay? Let's do a romance angel. Calling in a soulmate. So I believe that this person may be a soulmate for you. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations will help bring you together. So maybe do some meditations around what you can visualize, what you want to happen, and law of attraction, that sort of stuff. And that may help also bring it along a bit more quickly. All right. Let me see what we've got here. Let's go into your 3-card pick a card. So think of a question you would like answered. It doesn't need to be in relation to this reading. I'm going to select 3 cards. Whichever card you're most drawn to is the answer to your question. So card number 1, and if you can hear my stomach rumbling, I'm really, very sorry. Card number 2 and card number 3. Okay, so if you are most drawn to card number 1, your answer is be assertive. And that kind of fits in with this. You don't need to be aggressive, but be assertive. Be clear about what you want, what your expectations are, what your non-negotiables are. Put them on the table and allow the other person space to, either pick that up or walk away from it. Okay? If you're most drawn to card number 2, your answer is romance. So whatever you're asking about, romance is the key here in order to progress things, to move things forward. So think about how you might inject some romance into the situation. If you were drawn to card number 3, meditation brings answers. Again, tying into some of the stuff that came out in this reading, but doesn't have to be. Meditation is really key. I am a strong believer that you actually have all the answers inside yourself. And we do that through reading body language and energy. Everyone feels energy on some level. Some people are more in tune to it and know how to speak the language a bit better than others. But ultimately, we have all of those answers from all of those different mediums, not mediums, psychic mediums, but mediums as in pieces of information that we're constantly taking in on a subconscious level, on a conscious level, and then processing. When we meditate, it clears some of that stuff away that might be, blocking or shielding or just, has a veil over the truth. We part the veil. And that allows all of those answers that we maybe haven't been consciously processing to come to the surface. So if you do have a complex concern or issue or, you feel like you can't quite find the answer, it's somewhere, but you don't know what to do, always meditate, because I guarantee you it will come to you. As soon as your mind is clear, the answer will actually come up. So all right, Gemini, don't forget, if you need a personal reading, you can reach out to me using the information in the description box below. Otherwise, please like, share, subscribe, comment. I read all of your comments. I reply to as many as I can. And I will see you guys next week. Have a great week. Stay safe. Bye.